Maddie. I found the lunch I made for you this morning in the trash. Was there something wrong with it? If you would have told me, I would have been happy to make you another one.
Huh? It was disgusting, so I threw it away. I wouldn't have even given that to the dog. I'll be eating lunch at work from now on, just FYI. So I won't need you to make my lunches anymore. Okay?
What got into you all of a sudden? Besides, today's lunch was your favorite tuna salad sandwich with pickles and chips. You've never had a problem with that before, have you? You always said I made it the best. Today you had that important meeting, right? I thought maybe your favorite lunch would give you some motivation to go out there and do your best.
That's so cliche. What, do you think knowing your daughter's favorite foods would get you brownie points or something? Look, we're not even related by blood, so don't press your luck with this kind of stuff. It's not gonna work on me.
Maddie? What's all this about? You really don't sound like yourself. Are you feeling okay today? I've never heard you use those kinds of words with me before. Why would you start saying those kinds of things all of a sudden?
Shut up, you old hag! You're the reason why I can't get ahead in my company. So I'm done with your little lunch boxes you always make me.
What do you mean I'm the reason you can't get ahead at work? I haven't done anything that could possibly impact your work life.
Just the fact that you exist is enough to put me behind at work. This is all your fault. It was your fault that I didn't get chosen to work on the project I've had my eye on for the last 6 months now. All that anticipation for nothing.
What are you talking about, Maddie?
The meeting that was supposed to be today ended up happening yesterday because our department head couldn't make it today. They had the meeting to discuss a product that's being marketed towards moms, and I presented an idea for the product that I'd been working on for the last 6 months. But even after I put in all that work, my idea didn't get picked for that project. Instead, they picked my coworkers. The reason mine got skipped over is all thanks to you.
I'm really sorry your idea didn't get picked for that product. But why would you say that it's all my fault? I had nothing to do with it.
What? What about that doesn't make sense to you? The presentation I prepared was literally perfect in every way. I put so much work into making sure each part was balanced, and I had answers prepared for every question they asked me. My good-for-nothing co-worker, on the other hand, didn't even bother to prepare at all. I'm pretty sure he just slapped something together last week or something, and even showed up 10 minutes late to the meeting. So tell me, why would his idea get picked over mine when I put in all that hard work and he barely did anything? Huh? Doesn't something sound off to you? So I'm sure the reason for all that is that I never had my real mom there to support me while I was growing up. That's got to be it.
What kind of reasoning is that?
If you'd listen, I'd tell you. It was a product that was specifically marketed towards moms, okay? And then there's me, who never even knew her real mom, trying to put together a presentation for a product aimed at moms. So no matter how hard I tried, my idea never would have been picked. It was all useless, because all I have is a stepmom who's not even related by blood. I have you to blame for this humiliation.
Maddie, try to calm down a little. I totally understand your frustration about not having your product idea picked at the meeting. But it's not good to just shift the blame onto other people who have nothing to do with it.
You just need to shut up. Why did you have to be the mom I was stuck with? Why couldn't I have had my own mom to take care of me? If my real mom was alive, I know that idea would have been picked and that product would have been a huge success. I would have gotten accolades from the CEO and climbed the corporate ladder till I was the #1 employee.
Maddie.
It's all your fault that all my life plans came crashing down yesterday. So yeah, I won't be needing those lunches anymore. As if anyone would have actually enjoyed eating them in the first place. You don't ever have to worry about making me a lunch or anything else for that matter, ever again.
Hey there, Rachel. Guess what I heard? Sounds like my daughter's getting married finally. And what's even better is I heard her fiancé is some big shot at her company. I wouldn't expect anything less of my daughter. Snacking a catch like that. What? Maddie's getting married? This is the first I'm hearing of it. Maddie hasn't said anything about that to me. Really? She hasn't told you anything even though you're living together. You see each other every day and she hasn't said a word? Even though you're the one who pretty much raised her. What a shame. I kind of feel bad for you, being left out of big news like that. I just wonder if the reason she didn't tell you anything is because you're not her biological mom. Do you think that might have something to do with it? Why would you say that? Well, to be honest, I didn't get the news directly from Maddie herself, since her contact info is off-limits to me or whatever. But I ended up hearing it from a gossiping acquaintance of mine anyhow, that Maddie was going to be getting married soon. Well, if it's as serious as it sounds, then I'll just check with Maddie herself. Even though you're not her real mom anymore and don't have anything to do with her, I'm grateful you'd let me know about something that important happening in her life. So thank you. I'll be going now. Not just yet! Hold your horses there! That isn't the end of the story. So don't go cutting this off when we're only halfway through. I'm just getting warmed up. What else is there to say? I hate to say it, but it's not like I'll say congrats to her on your behalf or anything like that. Especially since I've always told her that her real mom already passed. That makes you a pretty awful mom, doesn't it? To be treating her real mom as if she's already dead and gone. That's rich coming from you. The awful one here isn't me, that's for sure. Especially with all the trouble you caused Maddie and my husband. So in order to avoid being manipulated even more by you, I talked with my husband and we decided to just tell Maddie that you were dead. It's for the best. Trust me. Sure, I'm the horrible one here, aren't I? Okay, I guess I might have interfered a bit at my ex's workplace or with Maddie's kindergarten teachers, but that's all water under the bridge by now. Oh, and I guess maybe I did squeeze quite a few alimony checks out of my ex. And maybe I took money out of Maddie's education fund, but you know, life happens. So I guess you could say I did some pretty stupid stuff. I can't believe you have the gall to admit to all that yourself. Don't ever involve any of us in your idiotic little schemes ever again. Especially Maddie. It's pathetic, really. It seems like all you want is pity or attention, but you go about getting it in all the wrong ways. So you think you can just get rid of me like that? Look, no matter how much of an awful person I am, the fact remains that I'm Maddie's real mom. So with that in mind, I'll be expecting a check for the amount that my transportation fees and hotel room would have cost to attend the wedding. It's only fair, since I gave birth to her. Wait, let me get this straight. You expect us to give you money for our daughter's wedding? In what world does that make sense? Look, if my daughter's going to be getting tons of money for her wedding, then her real mom deserves to as well. So you'd better pay up, okay? Especially since right now I'm getting hit hard with all these court fees. Oh, so it's that again. Let me guess, did you get involved with some guy who's already married again? I see nothing's changed. Wouldn't you know? The guy I was with actually promised to marry me. Things weren't going well with his wife right now, so I thought he was totally serious when he promised me that. You know, when I heard how things were going between them, I just did the helpful thing and told him he'd better divorce his wife. I never guessed he'd choose her and dump me over that, though. So now you're getting hit with legal fees, huh? You've gone so far at this point that there's really no point in trying to help. Especially since you love to involve everyone else in the dumpster fire that's your life. And on top of that, you have the gall to get money from us because our daughter's getting married, just so you can use it to pay your court fees? Well, if you don't want to compensate me for what I would have paid for a hotel and transportation fees for Maddie's wedding, then you can just give me money as compensation for taking my daughter away from me. That would work too. Something in the range of $20,000 or so would really help me out. As if anyone would give money to a piece of scum like you out of their own free will. Please stop making a fool of yourself. I don't know if you think it's going to get you pity or attention or what, but trust me when I say it's not going to work. Oh, so you think you're that much better? Even though the daughter you raised for 20 years wouldn't tell you that she was getting married. Well, anyways, I'll let you know where you can send the money, okay? Hey, Maddie. Sorry to bother you at work. I was just wondering if there was maybe anything you wanted to tell me?
What are you talking about? Thanks to my coworker's idea that got picked over mine, I've been flooded with a lot of work.
Well, I'm sorry to text while you're so busy. But it's been a few months since you've really talked to me. So I thought maybe there was something you'd want to talk about. Well, I guess it would be more fitting to say that there's just something I'd like to confirm real quick. Is it true that you're planning to get married soon?
How did you find out about that? You weren't supposed to know. I didn't even tell Dad that we were engaged. So how would you have found out?
There was someone who told me, and it wasn't Dad. But why wouldn't you tell us about something that important? I'm really happy for you that you found someone that you want to be with, You don't have to hide that from me. I really would have wanted to hear that directly from you rather than hear someone else gossiping about it.
Can you shut up already? You can rest assured I never had the slightest intention of letting you know that I was getting married. I never thought it would leak out like that, though.
Why wouldn't you want to tell me about that? Don't you think it's strange to not even tell your own mom about something so important?
Huh? Don't pretend like you have some right to know just because you married my dad. You're not even related by blood. You're just a replacement for my real mom, after all. So don't act like I need to tell you about this kind of thing.
What are you talking about? I'm the one who raised you. I've been taking care of you for 20 years now. I've spent all that time making sure you had the best upbringing possible.
That doesn't mean anything. You're just a live-in babysitter for 20 years, that's all. So can you not refer to yourself as the person who raised me?
I can't believe you're saying this.
I'm only telling you about the wedding plans now since it already got leaked out to you. So otherwise, I wouldn't be letting you know that my fiancé is actually one of my coworkers. We actually started going out right after I started working there. And he proposed not too long ago, so we got engaged and started making plans.
I didn't even know that you were seeing anyone.
His family is pretty well off, too. And I really hit it off with all of them, too. They're great people. So I wouldn't want it to get out to them that I have a fake for a mom. I can't have them finding out that you exist, That's why I was planning on keeping you in the dark about this whole wedding thing.
I can't believe you'd say such hurtful things. And what does relation by blood have to do with anything here? I raised you just as if you were my own daughter. We spent so much time together. It was no different than if you were my biological child. Trust me.
Well, I already forgot about all of that. And since you've been a big hindrance to me at work lately, I've pretty much started to hate your guts.
Maddie!
Oh, and by the way, you're not invited to the wedding. I'll invite Dad, but that's it. You're not allowed to come along with him. So don't go having any ideas that you can just show up at the venue unannounced, okay?
What are you saying?
Even after I told you this many times, you're still reacting as if you were my real mom? I can't believe this. I'm fine with having your seat empty at the ceremony. Or maybe I'll put up the memorial picture of my real mom.
Maddie, are you serious about this? I really think of you as my own daughter. You really won't invite me to your wedding?
I already told you I wouldn't. Why do you keep bothering me about it? As if I'd want a fake coming to my wedding. Seriously, I'd much rather put up a picture of my real mom who passed than have you at the ceremony.
Okay. I'll give your real mom a ring then.
What?
There's no need for you to go searching for her memorial portrait or anything, seeing that she's alive and well. So, I'll let her know for you, okay? You should be pretty happy about that, right?
Oh, wait just a minute. What do you mean she's alive? You always told me she died in an unfortunate accident, didn't you?
Well, that's the story your dad and I decided to tell you. You were pretty young at the time, and we thought it would be best to keep you in the dark about the details of the divorce. Besides, you were too small to understand all that anyhow. So we talked about it for a long time and eventually decided to just tell you that your real mom had died.
So, what you're telling me is my real mom is still alive? The one that actually gave birth to me? Then she can come to my wedding, right?
If that's what you want, I can arrange it. But in the meantime, your fake mom will just be sitting here at home.
This is awesome! I'm really looking forward to the wedding day now. Anyways, thanks for getting in touch with my real mom about the wedding. Tell her I'm really looking forward to meeting her. You need to get this crazy lady out of my hair right now! Please, can you come to the venue and help me out? She's insane! I'm serious. From now on, I'll totally think of you as my real mom. I promise.
I'm in the middle of watching some Netflix right now. What happened? You actually want your fake mom to come to the wedding now?
Listen, I'd take you any day over this deranged lady who I guess is my real mom. She's totally ruining my special day. What even is her deal? I can't believe this lady is related to me.
Ruining your special day? What is she doing that'd make you call me in such a hurry?
She's been doing nothing but drinking booze since she got here. And on top of that, when she arrived, she was already 3 sheets to the wind. She's been going around in a drunken stupor, insulting my guests and causing an uproar. She went up to my fiancé and I thought she was going to congratulate him, but she was like, "I'm grateful you take my daughter even though we have no idea who her real dad is." It totally ruined the atmosphere. You could have heard a pin drop after that.
Wow. Even for her, that's pretty out there.
After that, she was like, "Don't worry, it's just a joke," and nearly fell over. She was laughing so hard. The damage had already been done. You can feel the tension in the air now. The whole ceremony is ruined. I'm afraid she's gonna go up to my fiancé's parents next and say something stupid like that. His dad does winemaking on the side, so I'm afraid she's gonna say something about that to him. Since we're gonna be family from here on out, how about you start sending me some of that wine you make on the house, or something just as bad? She already said, "I drink 1 bottle a day, so you can send 365 bottles for the whole year, okay?" Can you believe that?
Knowing her, the next thing she'll be doing is making jokes about you being switched at birth. Or worse.
You know what she said to my fiancé's mom? "How about us ladies get to know each other better, huh? How about I introduce you to all my favorite guys at the club?" And that's not even the worst. After that, she was like, "I bet you want to know how to have an affair without getting caught. I'll tell you all my secrets, okay?" She's disgusting. You should have seen the looks on everyone's faces. It was awful. They all heard what she said. The whole day is already ruined.
She doesn't have any limits, does she?
And Dad isn't doing anything to stop her. He just watched it all happen without saying anything. He told me it was my fault since I was the one that wanted her to come in the first place. I can't believe him. He's just letting his daughter's special day turn into a huge disaster.
Well, you know, I feel the same way as he does about this. Weren't you really happy when you found out your real mom would be able to come to the wedding? And you're the one who told me I wasn't allowed to come to the ceremony, right? But now at the 11th hour, you're asking me to come and rescue you out of the situation you created for yourself? Isn't that convenient? I thought this was how you wanted things to be, you know? With your real mom at your wedding. So just try to change your perspective a little and enjoy the ceremony, okay?
Don't say stuff like that! How am I supposed to enjoy this nightmare? My fiancé's friends won't even look us in the eyes. I think a few people left after hearing what she said too. This is awful.
Okay, well, your fake mom here doesn't have anything else to say about this. I'm gonna keep watching Netflix now. This show just started to get really interesting. Have fun at the ceremony. I'm sure you will. Ugh, my head is pounding. I was so wasted at the ceremony yesterday that I forgot everything that happened. I feel like I broke a few things and probably spilled a few drinks. 'Cause I got a bill from the venue for a bunch of damages I apparently caused. Sorry to hear about the hangover. I heard from Maddie that you really enjoyed yourself yesterday, though. You really need to properly reimburse the venue for those damages, though. Oh no, that's not happening. It was like $30,000 or something like that. There's no way I could pay. Not even if I wanted to. So I was thinking maybe I could get you to cover the cost for that. What? Why would you ask me? I had nothing to do with any of that. Don't say such pitiful things. You were originally supposed to be there yesterday, right? And I ended up going in your place. So I'm gonna need you to pay for those damages. Pretty please. Yeah, except your reasoning doesn't make any sense at all. It doesn't have to make sense to you. I just need you to pay up. Just take the responsibility for it, okay? After all, it was you who should have been there yesterday, not me. Well, I'm sorry to say it, but I'm not her mom anymore. I made a clean break with Maddie yesterday, which means that I have no obligation to be responsible for your actions. Made a clean break? What are you talking about? Let's just say it was getting pretty tiring, being treated like a fake by her after I raised her as my own for so many years. I just couldn't handle it anymore. So I talked with my husband and we both decided it would be better to cut ties with her. So, by extension, I'm free of you as well. So please take responsibility for your own actions from now on. Hold up there. There's no way I can pay the $30K. It's way too much. And I didn't get reimbursed for any of the traveling expenses to the ceremony like we talked about the other day. If you want to talk about reimbursements, then you'll need to speak to Maddie. After all, since you're her biological mom, I'm sure she'll listen patiently to everything you say and offer you a reasonable solution. Anyhow, I'll be going now.
Why would you do this to me? The wedding got called off midway. His friends told him he should think twice about marrying me. And his parents said they didn't want me as their future daughter-in-law.
Oh my. It's unfortunate things had to turn out that way.
Everything in my life is ruined. Literally everything. Not only did my project idea get tossed in the trash, but I got dumped by my fiancé who works at the same company. So now I can't even go into the office. It's too embarrassing.
Well, I guess be careful what you wish for, huh?
I'm really sorry for calling you a fake. The only real mom I have is you. There's no way I could think of that crazy lady as my real mom. You should have heard her. She was saying something about having to pay $30K in damages to the venue.
Oh, wow. Sounds like she got in contact with you right away, huh?
I'm really sorry that I took out my anger on you when things weren't going well at work. None of that was actually your fault. You raised me just like you were my real mom, and look what I did in return. I'm sorry. Until I find my next job, let's live together as a family like none of this ever happened.
I don't think that will be happening, actually, since we already sold the house.
What? You sold the house?
Yeah. I talked with your dad and we decided to go completely no contact with you. But since we lived in that house for so many years as a family, there's a lot of memories there that would remind us of you. Since that would be pretty difficult, given everything you've done and said, we decided to just get rid of the house once and for all. Actually, we closed on an offer and our realtor is wrapping up the proceedings as we speak.
No, this can't be happening! Tell me you're kidding!
Nope. Definitely not kidding. So yeah, we're gonna need you to come over sometime today to collect your things. 'Cause by the weekend, the house won't be ours to live in anymore.
Wait a minute. Where are you and Dad gonna live from now on? I wanna go with you, wherever you go.
You really think we would tell you? Please don't ever try to see us in person ever again.
Come on!
But thanks for putting up with your fake of a mom for all those years. I'm sure it was rough. There were some rough patches, but it was mostly fun. So have a good life from now on, okay? After our conversation, my husband and I put all of Maddie's stuff out on the sidewalk and moved into a new house without her finding out where it was. It sounds like Maddie quit her job around that time, too. She started living by herself in a tiny apartment. I can't help but feel a little bit bad for her, you know? We heard she started contacting our acquaintances and relatives, trying to find out where we were living. But we had already explained the situation to all of them, so nobody told her anything about our location. As for Maddie's real mom, a lot of past legal fees had been piling up over time. We heard something about her finally resorting to taking out black market loans. Last we heard, she was involved with some sort of shady business, but it sounds like she was so busy that she didn't even have time to beg her ex for money. Thanks for watching! If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe to see more content. See you next time!